Hello, everybody. What's going on? So this will be episode 4. And I just want to, I guess this first 7 episodes, figure 7, will probably be my intro to, my story. The whole purpose in doing this is all the podcasts I listen to. Either there's, some are stand-up comedians, some are like they used to be financial advisors. Most of the people I listen to, they have a background in something, and all I've done was just had a good mind to memorize, useless facts. Like I had a book of useless facts, and I just remembered them. So I think I'd be good with this because I have a decent memory, but most of the people I listen to, like they're always on stage, or they actually graduated college with, even if it's a degree they don't use, everyone's still, I went to college and it was a waste of money, but they went to art school, or they went like acting class or whatever you call that. But me, I just wanted someone that's like I want to listen to people that are people from the streets, like just normal everyday people, and there's not too many of them. A naturalist capitalist would be the only one I can think. He kind of does the same thing I do. I think he's a poll worker though, so like with electric company. So I just wanted, I haven't seen too many of them out there, so my podcast will be just regular everyday people. And eventually, like I say, I do want to get into interviews, and the We Are the Resistance part, I want the interviews of where everyone came from. I mean, there's so many great guests that I would love to have a part of this. But I guess I kind of want to see if it's even possible as just someone that doesn't have name recognition, someone that literally just starts from nothing. I'm just a father, a husband, Christian. I guess it'd be Christian, husband, father. Let's get that correct. I just someone from the ground, and work calls. But yeah, I just want a regular everyday person's voice to get out there. I'm sure there are others like me that are just getting the beat on the street. And 1 second. Sorry about that. But like I was saying, I just want someone on the ground, and just to give their perspective, and then to get to eventually talk to some of the bigger names out there. I know a lot of them are really busy, so it's hard to get, but the ripple effect with Ricky, it's just sending the email, asking for the interview. So let's see, so this month, instead of Pride Month, which is a disgrace to God, and regardless if you believe in God or not, I can say there is a God just because I've seen him. I've seen the power. I've had my prayers answered. But even I think Tucker Carlson said it best when he broke down what the LGBT movement is, and it's completely antithetical to Christianity and what America was founded on. The problem with America and the Christians that have ran it, like, we were so, turn the other cheek, or live and let live, let them, freedom to do whatever, kind of like a libertarian in a sense. I heard, because I was growing up in the 90s, but everyone, like the Christians, were saying it's a slippery slope. If you let this happen, it'll get worse. And of course, they were right. Some of them saw the writing on the wall of how crazy it could get. Dr. Money, like, what was it, in the 40s or 50s, came up with, I think there was another guy before or after him, but the whole trans movement, for future reference, we will call that the Bud Light people, or tea people, I guess. We'll call it the Bud Light people. But, so he came up with this whole thing, and the horrific stories that he did, it's terrifying. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was money that did it. He basically ended up making 2 boys commit suicide because he screwed these twin boys' lives up so bad. I mean, looking at the past of what doctors and this government have done to its populace, it's just frightening, to say the least. And so, I mean, we got to get through to these people that are still asleep, that don't care, just like we all were there. We weren't paying attention, and we didn't care. We didn't, live and let live. You have freedom to do everything you want. And I'm all about freedom. I'm not saying nothing like that. But, marriage is defined as, a man and woman. So that's the way it should be. Why do you need the government to allow you to have this piece of paper to say y'all are going to be together forever? I honestly doubt. Well, I can't say that, so I won't say that. But that's the way it is. If you want to be together, just do it. But keep it in private. Don't. And now it's just getting to an obscene level where, thank goodness, boycotts are working against Target because of what they're doing, because they're targeting children. Do what you want in private, but do not bring it in the public. Simple as that. No one cares what you do in your own home. The problem everyone's having is you're bringing it out into the public. You're making parents have these conversations with your kids. You're teaching these terrible, disgusting books that if I was to go to the teachers conference or parent and teacher conference, if I was to read it to them, they would kick me out for speaking of pornographic material. And they're wanting to show this to 5-year-olds and 7-year-olds. I could not imagine my little girl asking me what the book Genderqueer is, or what's this other one that Blue Eyes. There's some terrible books out there. Good, make the books, write the books, but don't put them in schools. That's absolutely disgusting. Shame on anyone that does that. If you want to do that in your own home, there you go. In your private life, keep it in private. You're the adult, you're the parent, teach your kid whatever you want. But, I mean, later don't be surprised if they act out, I guess. But don't bring it into public education. That's just, it's ridiculous. So, what I want to talk about today. So this is going to be very, I'm still kind of nervous about speaking, even though I'm just recording and then posting it later. I just feel nervous. I call into radio stations a lot. I call into Hotep and, Gematria, Zach, I think Zach. And I've called into Alex a lot. And every time I get on the phone, I literally start shaking. I don't know why. Maybe it's the thought of talking to possibly millions of people, like on Alex Jones. You're talking to millions of people. Calling in on Hotep Jesus, you're talking to thousands. So I still get nervous. So bear with me until I get a rhythm. It seems like as soon as I finish work, I have about an hour home. And I think I'll do this just to get my thoughts out there and just try to, maybe give some hope and reassurance to people, or, and just to talk to everyone. Let them know there's real people that exist. It's not all bots and trolls, and real, just having a conversation, I suppose. But yeah, I'm still kind of nervous on doing this. I'm just rambling on, and then I'm going to post it later. My episode 3, YouTube deleted it already. So 3rd episode into the Water Podcast, and we're already censored. That's just because I was bringing up inconvenient information that went against their health misinformation policies. The crazy thing is they're trying to pass laws that say my words or your words can literally harm people. How is that even possible? But this education system, it's been slowly dumbing people down. I mean, look, the deliberate dumbing down of America, or go watch The Ultimate History Lesson on Tragedy and Hope Productions by Richard Andrew Grove, interviewing John Taylor Gatto. That is an incredible piece of knowledge. But how they're trying to dupe people into thinking my words can literally hurt you, it's asinine. Like, I get it if I tell you, well, if you jump off that cliff, you're not gonna die, and then you jump off that cliff. I mean, yeah, that maybe in those kind of extreme circumstances, but giving medical misinformation is gonna go kill people. I mean, it makes no sense, because that's what the media does all day, every day. When it came to the 1984 nightmare. So this month, it's okay. So it's the start of, quote unquote Pride Month, which is absolutely disgusting, and it should be offensive that, Pride Month should be God's month, or not the rainbow, the way that, culture today is using it. It's absolutely disgusting. It's a degenerate sexual celebration, and it's just getting to a point, and it's going to get worse and worse until what they're trying to do is they're trying to push the country so far to the left and put it out in public to make everybody mad, and the people on the right, they're pushing so far left that the right is going to overcorrect and get what they want, because it's this, two sides to the same coin. They're trying to make what they've been warning about for the last 4 or 5 years since Trump. They called him literal Hitler, and it seems like they are trying to push the Christian right, the red whites, or the right so far that they do come over the top and become authoritarian. Because if that happens, the top of the pyramid will get what they want. I think they do want a civil war. They want it's all depopulation agenda stuff. And if they don't get a civil war, then they're just going to split everybody into more and more categories. They're going to turn the right against the right. The left's starting to eat each other already because their belief system is very incoherent. So, yeah, we're there. So, June, with the help of Hotep Jesus, today I was on his line and listening to his show today. It is Strong Dad June. # Strong Dad June. Happy Strong Dad June month. So, no pride. Be proud of being a father. Be proud of being a strong dad. And prove to the world that there are strong men that want to be good dads, that are out there, and we're fighting for this next generation. We're trying to make good next generation kids. The American dream is still alive, but when you're in these big cities, it's harder. So, 5 years ago, my wife and I made a decision to, as soon as we had Emma, in 2018, we moved. I grew up in West Texas, and I never thought I'd be back. I moved to rolling hills, beautiful mountains and scenery up in Arkansas, and it was just not a good place to raise a family, and so we made a decision to move out here back to West Texas. And as dry, flat, and no color having as possible, this was honestly the best decision of our life. We got our lives together. We're no longer serving alcohol. We're no longer drinking alcohol. And we got away from all bad influences. We got away from the bar scene. So being sober for this long, it's the best feeling. Like, yeah, it's the best thing that happened to us, but it is the feeling of, knowing you can drive down the road and not get pulled over by a cop, or worried when you pass a cop if you're gonna get pulled over. It's very nerve-wracking, and it's not good for your mental health. So yeah, I thank God every day for bringing me to the most unexpected happiness in the most unexpected place. God works in mysterious ways, and yeah, I'm living proof of that. I should have died several times growing up. I remember one time got off work, had a few drinks with one of my regulars. He drove this brand new Corvette, and he had it. I think he had less than 200 miles on it, and up in Arkansas, there's ice on the road, and I was like, man, I would really like to see how fast this can go. And we had just got 2 big Chicago-style pizzas, and we're driving them home to go party some more. And so I said that, and he slams it, and as soon as he got that speed boost, there was ice on the ground, and it slid sideways, and just boom, went right in the air. The guy that was following us said we flipped 7 times midair, and then we rolled 3 times on the ground, or 3 and 7, I don't remember. But I remember there was a pole so we hit the ice, or he sped up, hit the ice, we slid, and there was just a street pole. And I remember trying to not grab it, but shield myself. And I did that, and as soon as we hit, that's when we flipped in the air, and then we rolled in the ground. And man, that was crazy, and not a scratch on either one of us. It looked like we were all bloody from all the pizza sauce. The guy that was following us, his expression was amazing. But yeah, it looked like we were just covered in pizza sauce. Looked like we're all bloodied. So, but yeah, not a scratch on any of us. And that's just one time I've had a shotgun pulled on me for being young, dumb, in the bad area. So let's make this. And so moving here, having a child, and being a stepdad, you need to raise this next generation to know, to respect and not follow authorities and orders like the schooling system teaches, but to show respect. And I used to not be the guy. I used to not be a guy that was like, yes ma'am, yes sir, no sir. I didn't like that. But now that I'm raising kids, it is important. This is one main reason why we got our girls into martial arts, is to show them respect, and you can't quit on yourself. If you quit, you'll never know how good you got. And one of the best shirts are how good you could be. One of the best shirts up there, it's a white belt is a black belt that just never quit, and that absolutely true. It's incredible. So we got the girls into martial arts to teach them all these skills, and just to get their mind right for being adults. Because when you have kids, you're not raising kids, you're raising the kids to be adults. You want these adults to be which way? So as you raise your children, you're creating an adult. If you make a horrible kid, you're gonna have a horrible adult. So so we're in martial arts. I couldn't be prouder of our girls. Emma just became yellow belt yesterday. She's been in there for 4 years. They do from 5 to 8, they do baby dragons, and now she's a regular solid yellow belt. I couldn't be prouder. So this is Strong Dad June month, and I'm gonna put out a video out every single day showing what I can, just talking to you guys and gals. There's real people out here. We're we're trying to change the world, and so if I can do my little part by just talking to somebody, then that's my little part. Problem is I have so much run through my head all day. I need to take notes so I know what to talk about. But I kind of just want, I don't know. I would feel weird just looking at my notepad and reading to you guys. So, all right, I'll leave it there. Yeah. Happy Strong Dad June. Say no to Pride Month. Keep up the boycotts. God bless.